Hi, this is Pastor James coming to you with an uplifting pre-Christmas Eve message to give you some encouragement. And after this message, I'd like to share some really important things that are going on in the life of our congregation that I believe you should be a part of. In fact, we need your help with. Now, the big idea I want to share with you right now is this simple one, that Christmas reminds us that too many people live in darkness. See, we all know that feeling that is best described as darkness. For some of us, it comes in waves. We experience it intermittently and not that often. Other people experience darkness almost all the time. Now, the truth is that the darkness is never going to go away. But it's also true that the darkness isn't all we have. The question I want you to answer right now is this simple one. What does darkness look like for you? Even though the darkness that you experience is the same darkness that everybody else experiences, there's no real difference fundamentally in the substance of that darkness. The darkness that you experience manifests itself in a unique way in your life, different than anybody else's life. You see, some people actually think that if they talk about the darkness, that it becomes scarier and it becomes somehow more powerful, and that's the superstitious side of us. But the reality is that every time that we are afraid of speaking about the darkness, it becomes only more oppressive in our lives. Thankfully, the great truth of Christmas is one that has freed us, that God has used to free us from the darkness. And these are the words in the Gospel of John, how John describes the Christmas story. This is John 1, chapter 1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The Word was with God in the beginning. Everything came into being through the Word, and without the Word, nothing came into being. What came into being through the Word, which is Jesus, was life, and the life was a light for all the people. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness doesn't extinguish it. See, the big idea is this, that Jesus is the light, and if you share Him with others, they will also be filled with light. Not only will you experience light, but you can share the love of Jesus, the truth of Jesus with other people, and their life will go from a place of darkness to a place of illumination and transformation. So you actually have the opportunity to bring people's hearts and minds out of the place of darkness, and it's as simple as this. Just share the love of Jesus. Just be kind to them, listen to them, have compassion for them, embrace them when nobody else wants to embrace them, and lift them up by walking them into a community that can pour Jesus' love into them 24/7. You see, this is the truth of Christmas, that the life is the light for all the people. Jesus is the light in the darkness. Share Jesus with everybody that you meet, and you will experience a tremendously different Christmas, because you will actually not just be freed from the darkness, you will become a reflection. You will become the light of the world to other people. Now, this is a Christmas message, so I pray that you'd actually share it with a couple of other people. If you think it's meaningful to you, why don't you just take a moment and copy the link and send it through a text message or through an email to somebody, and just let them know that you're thinking about them and that you hope that they have an incredible Christmas. Now, we have some amazing things coming up. We have Christmas Eve services here at Highlands Church. We have a service at 1 o'clock, at 2:30, and at 4 o'clock. Now, you might already know that, and you might already know what service you're attending, but if you could really do us a favor by RSVPing to one of our Christmas services, it is an incredible way to make room for visitors at all of our services. So you just have to go to the Highlands Church website, highlandsadventure.org, or just search Highlands Church Paso, you'll find it. And if you go to that website, then you can go on and RSVP ahead of time. Now, if all the RSVPs are gone, don't worry, there will be seats for you, and you don't need an RSVP to come to Highlands Church on Christmas Eve. It's just a way that we balance the attendance of the congregants of Highlands Church at different services to leave 100 open seats at all the other services for the last-minute visitors who come. And this has worked for us year after year. Please tell your friends about the Christmas service, and even take the link there and share it with them, because you could actually be the catalyst by which 10 or even 20 people or even just one person comes to Christmas Eve service, when otherwise, guess what they'd be doing? Sitting in the darkness, staying at home, and not experiencing the abundant life that comes from celebrating Jesus in community. Now, the other thing that I want to share with you is this amazing good news, that we have only 47 stockings left. Now, this has been an incredible stocking drive. 127 stockings have gone out the door, and those have already been distributed to local kids in need, along with the gift cards that you guys helped pay for, $2,000 in gift cards. And we gave those to the social services agency that works with those families year-round to help them to get into a better place. They were so overjoyed to get those. But the reality is we have some hard work to do and some big, important giving that needs to be done. So if you're looking for a Christmas gift this year, please, please, please go to Highlands Church, and you can there participate in a buying of 1 or 2 or 3 stockings. Now, one of the stockings that got picked up this last week was one of our 4 monthly mortgage stockings. Someone actually, an anonymous person, picked up a monthly mortgage, an $11,000 stocking to pay for the mortgage for Highlands Church. And that was unbelievable. Now we have 3 more. You can imagine what it will look like going into the new year if we don't have those resources for those 3 months of the mortgage. It's not fun. But there are other stockings that provide support for kids going to Hume Lake. And you can provide partial support, whether it's a Hume Lake stocking or a stocking for a kid in our community, for them to receive kids ministry throughout the year, VBS, everything. Or whether it's just a stocking for a teen in need, a local teen that we can provide support and counseling and ministry to throughout the year. There's so many stockings, and there's 47 left. Now, what does that mean? Of all of the giving that we need before the end of the year, so far 25% has been completed. Oh my goodness, we have 10 days left to finish this year off. We need another 75% of these stockings, the money for these stockings to go out. That is substantial. But if you could contribute $100, or maybe you are one of those special people that God has blessed extraordinarily, and you could give $1,000 or $5,000 or even pay for a monthly mortgage, I can't tell you enough. We really, really need it this time of year. There has never been a time in my ministry where the resources are more critical for us to reach the mission that is right in front of us. So here's my plea. Please, if you can, put God's mission here in Paso Robles first on your Christmas list. Make sure that the kids of Paso Robles are not deprived, that the seniors, that the neighbors here in town have a vibrant and vital church body that is there on the go, ready to minister to them, provide utility support, provide ministry, to provide counseling, to provide endless support that goes on every single week here at Highlands Church. I couldn't be more proud of what we do, but I know that we live in a world that requires funds in order to proceed with compassion. That's not how it should be, but that's the cold, hard reality of it. So if you can participate, please help us get these extra 47 stockings out the door so that we can provide the ministry that we need here in Paso Robles. We are praying for you every single day, and the ministry we do is for you. It's for your kids. It's for your parents. It's for your neighbors. It's so that you can experience the light in the darkness in 1,000 different ways in the coming year and the coming decade and for all of eternity. God bless you. We couldn't be more excited. And again, get excited for Christmas Eve services at 1 o'clock, 2:30, and 4 o'clock. We need your help, RSVP, and we can't wait to see you there. God bless.